True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report.
Hey there, True Blue Nation. Welcome back to the True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, your channel for the hottest news and deepest analysis on our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, and today I've got something that's been bubbling behind the scenes, a piece of information that could redefine the future of our team and the balance of power in the National League West. But before we dive headfirst into this bombshell, I need to ask a favor from you, the Blue Crew, the lifeblood of this channel. If you live and breathe Dodger Blue, if you want serious, no-nonsense analysis and news that matters, then please take 1 second and hit that subscribe button below. Turn on notifications too, because you won't want to miss what's coming. Your support is what allows me to keep bringing you this exclusive content. So please subscribe now so we can continue to grow together as the best community of Dodgers fans on the internet. Alright, let's get down to business. We'll start with a breakdown of what we just witnessed down on the West Coast in San Diego. The series at Petco Park against the Padres was the exact roller coaster we expected, a true battle for the top of the division. The Padres, as always, are a completely different team on their home turf. They got the better of us in the first 2 games, and the script was painfully similar in both. Absolute dominance from the mound. On Friday, we were silenced by a masterful performance from Yu Darvish. On Saturday, it was Nestor Cortes Jr., a pitcher who seems to find extra motivation against us, who completely shut us down, exercising some of his World Series demons. Across 2 games, our offense, one of the most feared in baseball, managed to produce just a single run. It was frustrating, it was tough to watch, but it's a reminder of just how competitive playoff caliber baseball can be. Thankfully, on Sunday, the sleeping Giants finally awoke. We saw the power this team possesses in a commanding 8-2 victory. Freddie Freeman was the catalyst, with 2 home runs that reminded us why he's an MVP. Shohei Ohtani sent one into the bleachers as well, showing that when this offense clicks, it's nearly impossible to stop. The final result of the series: we are once again tied for first place in the division. But here is my analysis, and it's something I've been observing for weeks. This team we saw on the field is not the final version of the 2025 Los Angeles Dodgers. Not yet. The bottom of our batting order for the past couple of weeks has looked dangerously similar to what the Padres lineup was before the trade deadline, before they added pieces like Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano to get deeper. We are playing significantly shorthanded. Think about it. We are without Max Muncy, Kike Hernandez, Ha-Seong Kim, and Tommy Edman. These aren't just bench players. They are versatile, impactful, and crucial pieces to our structure. Each of them is in different stages of injury rehab, and the expectation is that Kike will be the first to return, perhaps as early as this week, with the others following shortly after. When those 4 players are back and fully integrated, then we will see a much more accurate representation of what this Dodgers team is capable of. We will have a longer, more potent, and infinitely more dangerous lineup than what we've seen recently. Frankly, looking back, I'm even surprised at the ease with which we handled the Padres in Los Angeles the weekend prior, with basically the same patched-together roster. The lineup we've been running out there lately looks like something you'd see in a spring training game, filled with holes at the bottom, with players who, with all due respect, you don't expect to be carrying the load in a pennant race. I'm talking about names like Buddy Kennedy and, to an extent, Alex Freeland. Kudos to Freeland. He had a fantastic series with 2 home runs, but he's a young player being thrown into the fire. We're having to give playing time to Michael Conforto, and this situation is simply not ideal. As soon as we get our guys back, everything changes. The depth of our roster becomes a weapon. The outfield, which has been a major question mark, suddenly has solutions. In terms of left field OPS, heading into Sunday, we were ranked 23rd in the league. That is unacceptable for a team with our aspirations. Michael Conforto has had a terrible season. To be blunt, it was a bad signing, and his days are numbered. As soon as the injured players return, he becomes an obvious DFA candidate, without question. With their return, you reconfigure the outfield. Teoscar Hernandez perhaps settles into right field, and we hope he elevates his game. But you gain incredible flexibility with Edman, Kike, and Kim, who can all play the outfield. In my opinion, moving Mookie Betts back to the outfield is off the table. If you watch the games, you see that Mookie has been absolutely brilliant at shortstop. He's not just competent, he's spectacular defensively, and the advanced metrics back that up. He's among the elite. The solution is to use the versatility of the returning players to fill the gaps around him. That is the path forward. Now, let's shift the focus to Arizona, because what I'm about to tell you is the real reason for this video. While we're preoccupied with the day-to-day battle against the Padres, reliable sources inside the league tell me that Andrew Friedman is plotting a seismic move. What if I told you our front office is cooking up an acquisition that would not only solve one of our few long-term question marks, but would also directly weaken a division rival? I'm talking about a move that would shake the entire NL West, make the Padres sweat, and turn the Diamondbacks into, well, a farm system for us. Yes, the reports are starting to swirl, and I'm here to tell you, Marte, the $116 million all-star second baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks and one of the most complete hitters in the game, could be on the move. And guess who's lurking in the front of the line ready to pounce? That's right, your Los Angeles Dodgers. Stay with me because this is huge. Here's the situation. The Diamondbacks are in a state of frustration. They locked up Marte with a 6-year, $116 million contract extension, thinking he'd be the cornerstone of their franchise. Yet it seems the relationship is growing strained. While Arizona has an exciting young core with Corbin Carroll, Jordan Lawler, and Drew Jones, they are struggling to find consistency. And that frustration, that uncertainty, is the kind of situation Andrew Friedman smells from a mile away. We all know what happens when he senses a market opportunity. Let me be clear, Marte fits the Dodgers like a glove. The man is a hitting machine. Looking at his numbers projected for the offseason, a 290 batting average, a 388 on-base percentage, and a 534 slugging percentage with 23 home runs. He's a 3-time All-Star, plays solid defense at second base, and has that combination of power and plate discipline that we just don't have enough of in the middle of our infield. And let's be honest, second base is a spot where we could use a transformative upgrade. Miguel Rojas and Kike Hernandez are heading toward free agency. Max Muncy will be turning 35, and his durability will always be a concern. And even though Mookie Betts can move around the infield, our primary goal should be to keep him healthy and fresh, not grinding it out every day at second. Now picture this scenario. You slide Marte in at second base. You keep Mookie at shortstop, where he's playing at a gold glove level. Suddenly our lineup becomes frankly terrifying. Think about it. Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Smith, Marte. What poison do opposing pitchers pick? There's nowhere to run. Of course, the big question is the price. Marte isn't coming cheap. That $116 million contract runs through 2028. But honestly, for a player producing at his level, that's considered a bargain in today's market. Look at what other elite infielders are signing for. Marte's deal is extremely team-friendly for what he brings to the table. The D-backs know this, which means we, the Dodgers, would need to come in heavy with a prospect package. Think about names like Alex Freeland, one of our top infield prospects. Maybe even pair him with a high-upside young arm like Nick Frasso or Jackson Ferris to sweeten the deal. Yes, it hurts to think about giving up those guys. But when you're in a championship window, and let's be real, with Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman, our window is wide open. You make these kinds of ball moves, and we can't ignore the bigger picture here. Poaching Marte from a division rival is a pure power move. You weaken a team that has been a thorn in our side in recent years, while simultaneously adding one of their best hitters to your own lineup. That's how you send a message not just to the D-backs, but to the entire National League. The Dodgers are done playing around. Imagine opening day 2026 at Dodger Stadium. Marte at second base, Ohtani and Betts anchoring the top of the order. That's not just a team, that's a super team. In my analysis, this is exactly the type of deal Andrew Friedman loves to make. Marte is under team control for multiple years. He fills a clear need, and he doesn't drastically blow up our luxury tax situation. Plus, his skill set, high on base ability, sneaky power, clutch hitting, is tailor-made for October baseball. Is there risk? Of course. The prospect cost will be high, and maybe the D-backs will hesitate to trade him within the division. But if we bring the right package, one they simply can't refuse, I don't see how they say no. Acquiring Ketel Marte wouldn't just be an upgrade, it would be a strategic checkmate, securing our infield for the foreseeable future while dealing a blow to a direct competitor. It's the kind of move that defines dynasties. Now, I want to hear from you, Blue Crew. What's your take? Is Ketel Marte the missing piece for this team heading toward 2026? Would you be willing to trade top prospects like Alex Freeland or Nick Frasso to make it happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're ready to see Marte in Dodger Blue. And most importantly, make sure you are subscribed because we are just getting started with our coverage of what's shaping up to be another blockbuster offseason. This is your host from the True Blue Nation Dodgers Report. Let's go, Dodgers.